Good old me is stuffed up. It's all dark here and you can't really see anything. Actually quite windy too. Oh, come on. Nice and early in the morning and I'm up ready to do an application and get myself ready. And the irrigation's on. I forgot that I had an irrigation event today. So I'm just going to let the irrigation do its whole event because it's sort of about halfway through it and I don't want half the lawn watered and half the lawn not watered. So I'll just let that happen. Oh, back to bed. I'm going to go back to sleep for a little while. Well, there's nothing I like better than coming out and watching the irrigation, watching the lawn, thinking about what I'm going to be doing for the day, relaxing, listening to the cockies, just having a nice coffee. But yeah, it's all coming along. I really want to get into that garden bed and still deciding what I'm going to put next to the shed there. Should it be another shed or should I do something else? I really do need the space. But, you know, a few people saying to me, oh, you know, you should do all this up. Yeah, that's all well and great, but this isn't my house. This is a rented house, so, you know, I don't want to go too overboard on it. I don't want to spend too much money on it. So what I am thinking is another shed there. I know it's going to look stupid, but yeah, it's just it really comes down to needing space. I've got a few more mowers coming in the next few months and I've got nowhere to really put them. Lawn looks really good. There is a little bit of wind around this morning, but after this irrigation finishes, it finishes in about finishes at about 7:40, I think. Let that sit for an hour and then I should be good for the application. So long as the wind stays down. If it doesn't, well then it'll be a tomorrow thing or a tonight thing. I can't really see any seed heads, which is good. Just that constant mowing has just kept on top of that. Back to my coffee. Okay, got a nice little break in the weather. The wind is down. The irrigation was in about an hour ago, so go. Alright, I really like this sorta sprayer. It's what I'm landing to at the moment. Put your basket in. I've got 60 square metres, so this sprayer uses about 3.5 litres of water for that 60 square metre area. I'm going to put in about half the amount of water that I need. Like so. Alright, I'm going to be putting in about 220 mils of green light. Green light is our nitrogen iron fertiliser and it's designed to give a dark green without surge growth. The reason that you don't want surge growth is you don't want to be mowing out that deep dark green that you get, so that's why we use green light for showtime, which is Christmas Day. I'm going to tank mix that with root builder. So I've got 60 mils of root builder here, so that's the full strength. Root builder is a kelp from South Africa, and what that does is it'll, over the use of time, will triple the mass of your root zone. Fantastic product, and the roots are very important. Okay, this is Plant Growth Regulator, and I usually have a syringe to put this in. Via the program, I'd only be putting in 2 mils of Primo Maxx, which is what I'm using here today. I'm going to go a little bit more. I'm going to go 5 mils today, which is still at the higher end. I just want to control those seed heads a bit more. The reason that I've got it low in the program for everybody to see is that it's about this time of year that people that are first time using plant growth regulators want to give it a try. So it's very important that the first time that you do try it on your lawn, you're using it at the lower end of the application. Always read the label and follow the directions, because the rates of plant growth regulator due to grass type vary greatly. Okay, so I've got 5 mils in there, so I've gone a little bit more. Just want to make sure I've got that control. All right. Now, I'm going to slowly fill the rest of my water through my filter basket here. It's the filter basket in here, I've still got that in there. Now I'll have to agitate what's in there. You can get a stick, a clean stick, and go in there, but I just tend to shake it up if it's not too heavy. Not a big amount. When using this stuff, PPE, so long pants, closed shoes, long shirt, button right up, long gloves, and some eye protection. Alright, give this a shake. Okay, there's one. There's two. Alright, let's go spraying. So spray nice and evenly, no overlap, in a nice, deliberate, slow fashion. Click the top right, that'll take you to a video to show you how to calibrate your sprayer and improve your spraying technique. Now the plant growth regulator I am using is Primo Maxx. Lawn Pond will have a PGR out next year. As with any product, read the directions. You won't be using plant growth regulator if your lawn is coming back from a renovation or is in poor condition. You won't need to use plant growth regulator if it's going into dormancy or just coming out of dormancy. If rainfall is expected within an hour after using the product, don't use it, and obviously don't irrigate. The turf has to be actively growing, such as in growing season, and what rate you're going to use depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you've got some vigorous growth, you might want to use more. If the growth is not so vigorous, then you need to use less. So you can't use PGR directly after a mow, you've got to give it at least 6 hours. I like to give it 12. And after using it, you don't mow for at least 6 hours. And once again, I give it 12 or a day. Your rates will vary depending on what you're trying to achieve. When you're really low, you might be looking at the golf course and bowling greens, but my is a little bit longer than that, so I'm sort of looking at the golf course fairway sort of league. And okay, Tiff Tuff is not listed, but it's very similar to Santa Ana, so that's the ratios that I tend to go by. There is a bit of scope to go by. I mean, if you're looking at this, it's saying well-maintained lawns, and cooch, I can go right up to 20 mil for 100 square metres. So it's something that you have to experiment around with the grass type, and just experience is the best teacher. So the main points to take away here is that it must be during growing season, your turf must be in good condition, and don't mow within 6 hours before or after application. The regulation of growth does take a few days to get going. I find that I notice a difference within about 2 or 3 days usually. The benefits are reduced clippings and reduced mowing, which aids in maintenance, but it also thickens up the canopy, which will protect the soil from evaporation and just make a very thick, good and wholesome plant. Green light is just one of them apps that I just love sitting out and watching what it does throughout the day. I reckon it greens it up within the first 10 minutes. It's just, you know, it's a bit hard to tell obviously on the camera, but those lines are coming up so defined now. It's fantastic. And the wind just came up, so I just got it in the nick of time as well. Tomorrow morning I'll give this a mow, so I'll give it a day. Now the thing about plant growth regulator as well, it can discolour once it's applied. So that's why it's advisable to mix it with a foliar fertilizer such as Greenlight, which is a nitrogen ion. The Greenlight will mask any discoloration that you may get. PGR discolor on me once, and when it did, it was gone within about 4 days, so it's not something to panic about. Obviously not good if you're you know, you got Christmas Day a couple days away, as we do, but yeah, no, that'll be fine. Everything's well managed here. It's going to be a hot one today. It's going to be 37, but at the moment I'd say it's about 25. There's a bit of cloud cover, and don't expect to be getting those temperatures till later on today. So this will take a good 2 to 3 hours to be dry to the touch, especially with the light sort of dry wind we've got at the moment. So that'll all be in before the heat really comes. So what is today? Sunday. Yeah, I've got to do a live stream tonight, don't I? 8 o'clock. Can't be mowing. All right, well, I better get to editing this video and get on with it.